Abundance.
豊富さ、
The abundance of fresh fruit at the market was impressive. Acknowledge.
認める、
He finally acknowledged his mistake. Acquire.
習得する、
She acquired a new language while living abroad. Adequate.
十分な、
The resources provided were adequate for the project. Adversity.
逆境、
They faced adversity with courage and determination. Advocate.
提唱する、
She advocates for environmental conservation. Allocate.
割り当てる、
The budget was allocated among different departments. Ambiguous.
曖昧な、
His response was ambiguous and left us confused. Assemble.
組み立てる、
The team assembled the new furniture quickly. Attribute.
のせいにする、
He attributed his success to hard work and dedication. Boast.
自慢する、
He always boasts about his accomplishments. Burden.
負担、
Taking care of her sick mother was a heavy burden. Coherent.
守備一貫した、
His argument was coherent and persuasive. Compel.
強制する、
The law compels drivers to wear seatbelts. Complement.
補完する、
Exercise complements a healthy diet. Comply.
従う、
The company complied with the new regulations. Concede.
認める、
He conceded defeat in the competition. Conform.
順応する、
She tried to conform to social norms. Consequence.
結果、
The consequence of his actions was severe. Contemplate.
熟考する、
He contemplated his decision for days. Contradict.
矛盾する、
Her words contradicted her actions. Correlate.
相互関係がある、
Happiness and success often correlate. Deceive.
騙す、
She deceived him by lying about her past. Deduce.
推測する、
From the evidence, we can deduce the culprit. Deficient.
不足している、
The soil was deficient in nutrients. Deteriorate.
悪化する、
His health deteriorated due to poor habits. Diminish.
減少する、
The noise level diminished as the party ended. Discrepancy.
相違、
There was a discrepancy between the report and actual figures. Dissipate.
散らす、
The fog dissipated as the sun rose. Diverse.
多様な、
The city has a diverse population. Elaborate.
詳細に述べる、
She elaborated on her plans for the future. Emphasize.
強調する。
He emphasized the importance of teamwork. Endeavor.
努力する。
They endeavored to complete the project on time. Enhance.
高める。
The new technology enhanced their productivity. Enrich.
豊かにする。
Traveling can enrich one's life. Entail.
伴う。
Owning a pet entails responsibility. Erroneous.
誤った。
The information provided was erroneous. Evolve.
進化する。
The species evolved over millions of years. Exaggerate.
誇張する。
He tends to exaggerate his stories. Exceed.
超える。
The demand for the product exceeded expectations. Exclude.
除外する。
The new rule excludes part-time workers. Exemplify.
例唱する。
Her actions exemplify kindness. Exhaust.
疲れ果てさせる。
She was exhausted after a long day at work. Explicit.
明確な。
His instructions were explicit and clear. Fluctuate.
変動する。
The stock market tends to fluctuate daily. Formulate.
明確に述べる。
The company formulated new policies. Genuine.
本物の。
The painting was a genuine masterpiece. Hinder.
妨げる。
Poor communication hindered their progress.
Implement.
実施する。
The government implemented new tax policies. Impose.
課す。
The new law imposes a higher fine for speeding. Incentive.
動機づけるもの。
Financial incentives motivate employees to work harder. Inherent.
固有。
Creativity is inherent in human nature. Innovate.
革新する。
They continue to innovate and improve their products. Integrate.
統合する。
The system integrates multiple functions. Interact.
相互に作用する。
The two chemicals interacted to produce a reaction. Interfere.
干渉する。
Noise from construction interfered with our conversation. Jeopardize.
危険にさらす。
His reckless actions jeopardized the entire project. Mediate.
調停する。
The mediator helped resolve the dispute. Neglect.
無視する。
She neglected her responsibilities at work. Nonetheless.
それにもかかわらず。
Nonetheless, they continued to pursue their goals. Obscure.
はっきりしない。
The details of the plan remained obscure. Obsolete.
時代遅れの。
The old technology became obsolete. Omit.
省く、
The editor decided to omit unnecessary details. Overwhelm.
圧倒する、
The beauty of the landscape overwhelmed her. Paradox.
逆説、
The paradox of the situation left everyone puzzled. Persist.
しつこく続ける、
Despite setbacks, she persisted in her efforts. Plausible.
もっともらしい、
His explanation seemed plausible.
Prevalent.
広く行われる、
Smartphones have become prevalent in modern society. Prioritize.
優先順位をつける、
She learned to prioritize her tasks. Profound.
深い、
His profound insights inspired others. Prohibit.
禁止する、
Smoking is prohibited in public places. Prone.
しがちな、
He's prone to accidents due to carelessness. Pursue.
追求する、
The athlete pursued a gold medal at the Olympics. Reconcile.
和解させる、
The couple reconciled after a long argument. Refute.
反論する、
He refuted the claims made against him. Reinforce.
補強する、
The new information reinforced their hypothesis. Relinquish.
放棄する、
She reluctantly relinquished control of the project. Resemble.
似ている、
The two sisters closely resemble each other. Reside.
住む、
They reside in a small village. Resilient.
回復力のある、
The community was resilient after the disaster. Restrain.
抑制する、
He restrained his anger in the difficult situation. Retain.
保持する、
She managed to retain the information from the lecture. Revise.
改訂する、
The author revised the manuscript several times. Scrutinize.
詳細に調べる、
The detective scrutinized the evidence. Seldom.
めったにない、
She seldom visits her hometown. Simulate.
模擬的に再現する、
The computer program simulated real-world conditions. Spontaneous.
自発的な、
The party was a spontaneous decision. Stereotype.
固定観念、
Society often perpetuates stereotypes. Strive.
努力する、
They strive for success in all aspects of life. Subside.
和らぐ、
The pain subsided after taking medication. Substantiate.
証拠立てる、
The evidence substantiated his claims. Suffice.
十分である、
The provided resources should suffice. Superficial.
表面的な、
Their conversation remained superficial. Suppress.
抑える、
She suppressed her feelings of sadness. Sustain.
維持する、
The garden sustained damage from the storm. Tangible.
触れることができる、
The benefits of the project were tangible. Undermine.
傷つける、
His lies undermined their trust. Unprecedented.
前例のない、
The discovery was unprecedented in the field of science.
Versatile.
多彩な、
She is a versatile artist who can paint, sculpt, and play music. Viable.
実行可能な、
The new plan is more viable than the previous one. Vivid.
鮮やかな、
The sunset was so vivid, with bright orange and pink colors. Volatile.
不安定な、
The stock market has been volatile recently, with frequent ups and downs. Warrant.
正当な理由、
His behavior warranted a stern warning from the teacher. Withstand.
耐える、
The old building withstood the earthquake without damage. Yield.
収率、
The farm yielded a bountiful harvest this year. Abrupt.
突然の、
Her abrupt departure left everyone confused. Absurd.
不合理な、
The idea of a flying car is absurd to some people. Accumulate.
蓄積する、
Dust had accumulated on the shelves over time. Adhere.
くっつく、
The two surfaces adhered together with strong glue. Adjacent.
隣接した、
Our hotel room was adjacent to the swimming pool. Affluent.
豊かな、
The affluent neighborhood was lined with large, beautiful homes. Allege.
主張する、
He alleged that the company had stolen his idea. Allude.
ほのめかす、
The poem alludes to a famous mythological story. Antagonize.
敵対する、
His rude behavior antagonized everyone in the room. Appraise.
評価する、
The appraiser valued the painting at a high price. Arbitrary.
独断的な、
The decision to close the park seemed arbitrary and unfair. Articulate.
はっきり述べる、
She articulated her thoughts clearly and concisely. Ascertain.
確かめる、
The detective ascertained the truth of the matter. Assimilate.
同化する、
The new employee quickly assimilated into the company culture. Astound.
びっくり仰天させる、
The magician's trick astounded the audience. Attribute.
の、せいにする、
She attributed her success to hard work and dedication. Auspicious.
幸先の良い、
The couple chose an auspicious date for their wedding. Authenticate.
認証する、
The expert authenticated the ancient artifact. Belittle.
見くびる、
It's not helpful to belittle someone's efforts. Benevolent.
慈善、
The benevolent king was loved by his subjects. Bolster.
強化する、
The new evidence helped bolster their case. Brevity.
簡潔、
The brevity of his speech was appreciated by the audience. Cascade.
小滝、
A beautiful cascade flowed down the mountainside. Coerce.
強制する、
He was coerced into signing the contract against his will. Compassion.
思いやり、
She showed great compassion for the homeless animals. Complacent.
自己満足の、
The team became complacent after winning several games in a row. Conceive.
思いつく、
She conceived an innovative idea for a new product. Condescend.
見下す、
The manager's condescending attitude angered the employees. Confer.
授与する、
The university conferred an honorary degree upon the famous scientist. Constrain.
強制する、
The budget constraints limited the project's scope. Contend.
争う、
The two teams contended for the championship title. Contrive.
企てる、
The villain contrived a cunning plan to take over the city. Convene.
集まる、
The committee convened to discuss the new proposal. Convoluted.
複雑な、
The plot of the movie was convoluted and hard to follow. Debilitate.
衰弱させる、
The illness debilitated her and left her unable to work. Decipher.
解読する、
She was able to decipher the secret code.
Defame.
中傷する、
The article defamed the politician with false accusations. Defer.
延期する、
We decided to defer the project until next year. Demean.
品位を下げる、
His cruel words demeaned her self-esteem. Denounce.
非難する、
The activist denounced the company's unethical practices. Depict.
描写する、
The painting depicted a beautiful countryside scene. Deplete.
使い果たす、
The resources of the planet had been severely depleted. Desolate.
荒れ果てた、
The desolate landscape was devoid of life. Deviate.
逸脱する、
The train deviated from its usual route due to construction. Devour.
むさぼり食う、
The hungry child devoured his dinner. Diligent.
勤勉な、
She was diligent in her studies and achieved top grades. Disavow.
否認する、
The politician disavowed his previous controversial statements. Disdain.
軽蔑する、
He looked at the simple meal with disdain, preferring gourmet food. Dismantle.
分解する、
The workers dismantled the old building to make room for a new one. Disparage.
けなす、
It's important not to disparage others' opinions, even if you disagree. Disperse.
分散する。
The crowd dispersed after the concert ended. Dissuade.
思いとどまらせる。
His friends tried to dissuade him from making a risky investment. Diverge.
分岐する。
The two paths diverged in the forest, leading to different destinations. Elusive.
つかみどころのない。
The solution to the problem was elusive, despite hours of brainstorming. Embody.
具体化する。
The statue embodies the spirit of freedom and liberty. Enthrall.
魅了する。
The captivating performance enthralled the audience. Enumerate.
列挙する。
The speaker enumerated the reasons for his position on the issue. Envision.
心に描く。
She envisioned a bright future for her children. Equivocal.
両義的な。
His equivocal response left them unsure of his intentions. Eradicate.
根絶する。
The government launched a program to eradicate illiteracy.
Exacerbate.
悪化させる。
The lack of communication only served to exacerbate the misunderstanding. Exasperate.
激怒させる。
Her constant complaining exasperated her coworkers. Exert.
努力する。行使する。
He exerted all his strength to lift the heavy object. Exhilarate.
活気づける。
The roller coaster ride was exhilarating and full of excitement. Exquisite.
絶品の。
The chef prepared an exquisite meal for the guests. Fathom.
理解する。
It was difficult to fathom the complexity of the issue. Foster.
育てる。促進する。
The program aimed to foster a sense of community among the residents. Frivolous.
軽薄な。
She spent her money on frivolous items rather than saving for the future. Garner.
獲得する。
The movie garnered critical acclaim and several awards. Gratify.
喜ばせる。
The positive feedback on her work gratified her. Hamper.
阻害する。
The lack of funding hampered the progress of the project. Humane.
人道的な。
The shelter provided humane treatment for the animals in its care. Impart.
伝える。
The teacher imparted valuable knowledge to her students.
Impeccable.
非の打ちどころがない。
The service at the restaurant was impeccable and attentive. Impede.
妨げる。
The heavy snowfall impeded traffic on the roads. Impetuous.
衝動的な。
His impetuous decision to quit his job left him with few options. Incite.
扇動する。
The speaker's inflammatory words incited anger in the crowd. Inconsequential.
取るに足らない。
The error was inconsequential and did not affect the overall outcome. Indefatigable.
不屈の。
The indefatigable athlete trained for hours every day.
Impeccable.
非の打ちどころのない。
Her performance was impeccable. Exacerbate.
悪化させる。
Pollution exacerbates climate change. Astute.
鋭敏な、
She made an astute observation. Reverberate.
反響する、
The news reverberated worldwide. Intricate.
複雑な、
The design was intricate and detailed. Cognizant.
認識している、
They were cognizant of the risks involved. Futile.
無駄な、
His efforts were ultimately futile. Proliferate.
急増する、
Online services have proliferated in recent years. Prevalent.
普及している、
Renewable energy is becoming more prevalent. Imperative.
必須の、
Taking action now is imperative. Divergent.
異なる、
They had divergent opinions on the issue. Ameliorate.
改善する、
The program aims to ameliorate social inequalities. Supplant.
取って代わる、
Digital media has supplanted print newspapers. Tenacious.
粘り強い、
She demonstrated tenacious determination. Ephemeral.
つかの間の、短期間の、
The beauty of cherry blossoms is ephemeral. Vex.
悩ます、困らせる、
The complex problem continued to vex the researchers.